Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics.
What it do, what it is. Time to get down to business. How's everybody doing? We're gonna pull off a holiday show today. A little early morning traffic sitch. Shout out to the legend dropping 2 bills on the fucking show. Respect, sir. Appreciate everybody that supports the show. If you've been killing it on the thing while everybody's out there getting vaporized in FTX, show some love. Cloak and Dagger. Who remembers them from Marvel Comics, huh? Blast from the past if you know them boys. Boys and girl. So man, the drama keeps unfolding out of FTX. The damage still fucking to be fully valued. I gotta say, on a quick note, where did it go? Oh, that's the wrong fucking computer. Alright, let's get this here. Gotta say real quick, I don't know if he be watching, but shout out to Big Daddy Kane. I'm an OG fan from back in the day. Seen this dude pop up a couple times on my timeline. If you're watching the show, mad respect. You know, we've been down since I get the job done. So much love if you're watching the show. Love to see some folks taking notice of this thing. So that's fucking crazy though. Well, yeah. So how you guys doing out there? Put some things out on Twitter. Probably heat up the influencer space a little bit. Because the reality is, right, for 9 years in crypto, we've pretty much been the only voice of reason. And a lot of what happens out there, like, you know, behind the works, the inner workings, people don't really know why things are the way they are. So here's something that came to light yesterday. That's part of like what's going on with the bankruptcy. That might be pretty interesting going down the line as far as the influencers go and the damage that those guys have been able to do to crypto worldwide. Let's get this up here. So, don't think this is gonna come as a paid article. It did. Not that. I can get it. Should be somebody else that has it. Right, so this is going to be the problem for these guys. So the article is behind some paywalls and stuff like that. I'm see if I can find one that's not got it behind a paywall. Well, they stuck it behind all kinds of weird shit. This probably has it right here, I think. So yeah, this article is behind a couple paywalls. So the real scale of what goes on with these influencers is pretty not that well valued. You know, you guys out there, you see an influencer that's got like fucking 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 people following them. You really don't have an idea of like what kind of traffic that means. You know, before they were able to take out my platform, which would reach around 50,000, you know, I can hit 500,000 eyeballs with a single post at that scale. And I had a pretty decent engagement. I had 6 million impressions per month. If I said I looked at something, if I looked at a coin that was, you know, 6-7 billion in market cap, and I tweeted that I even saw it, it'll move like 10% in the market. Like I could move the market if I wanted to. At 2, 3, 500,000, a million people, multiple parties with that kind of following, you got to remember there's a certain amount of them that are not there anymore, right? A lot of those guys have survived previous cycles, and a lot of the following they have died in those cycles, but those numbers fool the next people coming into the next bull cycle that those guys must have some clue what they're talking about, and they join into that herd and fucking get killed in the next cycle. So it'd be like, okay, well, if these guys have hundreds of thousands of followers and they keep killing all their followers, how come they're still alive? No one really actually understands that, right? It's like their calls are terrible. If they're doing any of what they're saying, they'd be vaporized with you. But they're alive after, like, oh, wow, that FTX thing, holy shit, sorry, guys. Whoever is still alive is like, how come you're not dead? How the fuck are you still there? Cycle after cycle after cycle, wrong as fuck. But you're not dead with all the people you're killing. And all those people you kill, that's their following stays on your account, no one in the next cycle knows that, like, you know, out of your 300,000 followers, only like 30,000 were still breathing. They don't know that. See 2,000 likes on a post, you're pretty sure, wow, he's got a lot of engagement. So the bias about those followings tells you that, like, he must know something, right? So it's like having, like, Mark Cuban, who made a lot of money in software, tell you he doesn't like Bitcoin. He's like, who fucking cares? We don't give a shit you made money over here. You don't know shit over there, right? So these guys, it's even worse. They're not good people. They're not successful either. They're just lying to people. But with enough charisma and enough fucking fan base, you'll get approached by exchanges. I get it all the time. Bybit and many of these exchanges have come to me to ask me to promote them on my show. So there are two ways I can structure the show, right? I can structure the show like CNBC and solicit sponsorships and advertisers to back me and back the show, and the show stands on its own 2 feet with advertisers and backers and people who want special interest promote things on the show. I can take AMAs from small coins that want to come on here and give you fucking, like, you know, heads up on their new, you know, DeFi leverage money printing magic money machine, or fucking whatever shitbag, you know, crypto project, and that would be the show's actual base. Or I could actually try to be as accurate as humanly possible, and if you guys are able to use the intel I provide, the show is supported by people who actually win, so we're on the same side of the equation. Not that it matters, it's not like I would solicit it to take it to do such a thing. Like, I'm all about the actual accuracy of analysis, but most people in the marketplace aren't. They're about the clout of saying they're a market person, and what that comes with, and, you know, the ability to negotiate deals with other parties. So you see guys bring AMAs, sponsored people on here, and they are getting tranches of coins to let somebody tell you about some fucking pump and dump scheme and hit their market base and utilize the influencer as a trusted source, so that the people watching who trust him will think that he you know, backs the person that he puts on here, and it's a market operation, right? So Sam in FTX, you know, had that one further. So you've got guys who have 1 million viewers on YouTube, not even just 1 million people in Twitter. 1 million viewers in YouTube is bonkers compared to getting 1 million people in Twitter, right? Your reach is incredible. The amount of people that will forward that thing around, it's insane. So these guys are also taking paid money from Sam. The rest of the article is not there. All right, let's see if it's here. Damn it, it's going to close it up. All right, so I can't get through to that, but what that article actually had in it is that FTX, not only, you know, they referring people and getting paid off the trading volume by sending people into FTX, but they're also being paid directly by Sam to promote FTX on top of that. That's how your guys survive the cycle, right? They're being paid in coins and pump and dumps, liquidating into their crowds, and they're being paid straight flat just fees, you know? When I'd worked with KJ, he was paid flat fee of like $50,000 fucking dollars to promote one exchange. Like, they pay you real money. You can get a couple hundred G's off promoting a couple exchanges, because the amount of volume they're going to get out of you, and fucking if they're trading against you, they're going to more than make it back up. So it's real money. These guys that don't have to trade a fucking dollar. They'll be right just because they fucking will survive on the back of sponsorship, and then you're trusting them to give you objective information. Nobody who's getting paid by FTX is going to tell you to get the fuck off the exchange. That's why we're able to tell you to get the fuck off the exchange. We don't have an interest in any one of them. We just like making money. And we don't want to die in there either, or anybody that we're with dying there. So we're not going to be tainted by their money to tell us that we could do X. So when you look at all the freemium stuff that people have out there, right? Freemium is usually free because you're the product. Those guys are making their viewer base the fucking product. So that, what the totality of the damage, now when you look at it, FTX is the biggest fraud fucking ever. Bigger than Enron by a factor of 3. It is the biggest version of its kind. And everyone who's now added into creating this bubble at this scale, the damage is big enough to go after everybody involved. That's the thing. When it gets big enough, that's what will let the government decide who to get. There's a lot of smaller scale pump and dump things that you're like, wow, that's really criminal. But the amount of manpower involved in pursuing it isn't going to be paid for by what you can get back in damages. This thing's big enough to go after a lot of people. A lot of multi-million-dollar influencers are tied to this now for pumping this and ultimately adding to the crowd, hysteria that led to what now is massive, massive losses. There is a clause the SEC has that it's something to the effect of, I don't have the exact wordage, but it is like glamorizing or to like elevate something in stature. To basically the proper terms for being a hype man for something, which is why you do pump and dumps that cause material damage. They can now directly connect bunches of the YouTube stations directly to the fucking people that went right from it to it on the referral links of the station. And basically, thank goodness for blockchain, catch everybody who's actually fed the whole monster. And if you see what's going on there with the Wall Street Journal, right, they're not exactly trying to put fucking Sam's feet to the fire. They're kind of looking to fucking fry anybody else. And the people on Sam's side of the equation, that's what they're going to do. They're going to offload responsibility that protects Sam in broad daylight you're fucking seeing. And they're going to make sure everybody else but him pays as much as possible to like redirect the situation. This article is insane. Dudes, look at this. This is funny and crazy and funny all at once. All right, so give me a second. Not Jerome Powell. I love it. Yes, whatever the fact-checking system in fucking Twitter is, it doesn't even fact-check Elon, so that's pretty fucking cool. This fucking thing fact-check fucking Wall Street Journal. If this is some automated thing, this is a wonderful fucking invention because all of the media has been mind-fucking the public for quite some time. To have something that in a communication platform like Twitter that will catch the Wall Street Journal for fucking lying. Let's call this what it is, right? These guys are protected by like journalistic freedom and laws that let them write pieces that are supposed to be for information purposes to the public, but they've fully weaponized it now to become propaganda, matrix for fucking criminals. And that has to be distinguished. I don't know if there's even fucking recourse in America to actually stop a journalistic publication that has turned into a propaganda engine to facilitate crime. But that's this. It's not sort of an out and out fucking lie. He didn't crash because he lost confidence. He lost because he's using people's fucking money. He's a fucking criminal motherfucker, you piece of shit. But right, so these people are not interested in truth. This is literally a propaganda arm for this family. That publication should be taken down instantaneously. There should be no more Wall Street Journal after this. Right now, this is the biggest fraud in history with the Wall Street Journal and fucking Forbes and a bunch of them complicit in trying to cover him right now. If you ever wondered that you should read another article and trust it, look at this shit. No, they're not sort of kind of lying. Anacott fucking, Steele loves blue fucking nuts. This piece of shit is being covered by the Wall Street Journal, right? He literally fucking had just a corrupt organization steal people's money, and you got one of the biggest financial publications writing a fraud piece to cover him up. This is either a one-off, or this thing's been doing this the whole fucking time since they made fun of it in the movie Wall Street back in 1984 because they plant stories and move markets because they have your trust. They're not different than CT, right? Everyone's in it for what's in it for them. And this is the worst part about journalism, which is what allows us to be in the position we are. We don't have a financial stake with any of these cocksuckers. And that's actually funny. It's not because I'm some altruistic motherfucker neither. It's because I'm actually really fucking stupid. When I was in college, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I didn't actually know you could get on TV and fucking sell people your fucking coins. That never occurred to me at fucking all. I actually thought a market analyst was really drawing on the chart, really trying to figure out where the fuck it went, actually. So because I'm so fucking naive, I'm like, I'm going to be better at that than your ass, right? So I'm actually a moron. The whole reason I learned to read charts this good is because I never dreamed it was possible for an individual to get on national television to sell those coins to people. Who'd have thunk it? Not 1998. I never knew that. So I was like, cup and handles are stupid. That head and shoulders, I never went to anybody. I look at markets do that. I just actually worked on analyzing price. I had no idea. I really didn't realize you could do something that fucking like, market moving until I got into a fund. Well, by then I was working on trying to fucking be an accurate analyst. So yeah, I'm just an idiot. But I guess everybody else got that memo, and that's all motherfuckers do, is get on there and try to rob you. So people who are actually trying to solve the puzzle versus what you're seeing in fucking Wall Street Journal, any of that shit, actually crazy. Yeah, people say I'm not. People are like, oh wow, you're really smart. No, you're just fucking really stupid. It's a game of relativity, motherfucker. And I can admit I'm retarded. Can you? Most people can't. So it's a thing. But anyways, the fact check on this is crazy. Blue Horseshoe loves SBF. This should represent a permanent loss of trust. Permanent. Because there isn't some small thing they're writing to cover up here. This is the biggest version of what this is that they're attempting to fucking deflect right fucking now. And then you have other parts of the media going to market these guys. You have to connect the dots, right? This isn't separate. They're not sort of deflecting from Sam at the same time as they're aiming the cannon at fucking YouTube. They're going to get everybody else first and try to save this piece of shit. So, this is where Twitter and fucking honestly, this is where fucking Elon makes a hell of a point. Twitter is pretty much the only thing that can hold everybody accountable, even the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Think about this, right? The news breaks faster in Twitter than it does in the mainstream media, period. You'll know about something instantaneously through Twitter before anyone else. Blockchain detectives pretty much dissected the nature of Sam's theft and put it all out in public before they could even write the cover story to deflect from it, as if they were even going to investigate it or had the know-how to even pull it apart to even know what the fuck. That's a crazy thing. What Elon is taking control of is basically the fucking, like he said, like it's like a neural network of the planet, and it's the one thing that the fucking mainstream media doesn't have full fucking control of yet. They fact check presidents, right? They fact check fucking leaders of the fucking free world. So think that, but that's the thing, Enoch, right? Twitter is pretty much the place to get the news. If you're a trader, market moving shit will be seen here before it registers in any mass news delivery system. We recognize that. Like I said, in 2016, we saw fucking Twitter basically deliver the news of a terrorist attack in France faster than fucking Bloomberg Terminal could get it out to any fucking hedge fund. We saw the fucking attack literally in the moment it fucking happened, and a person posted a video of the truck having gone through the crowd in France. We're like, that's going to fucking do something to the Dow Jones. We're like sitting there trading it, and we like look, and I'm like, wow, there's no reaction. And we sat there and like, damn, I was like, I can't believe they didn't cause anything to fucking happen. And it took minutes. It took minutes before we saw the fucking indexes spike, and we're like, oh fuck, it's so early. I was like, that was real time. There was no way to disseminate that real time moment to a fucking floor of any institution at the speed that it came out on Twitter. And nothing will ever beat the fucking people and the camera. So what Elon has is really fucking a massive amount of the smartest fucking engineers, programmers, real-time journalists. Dude, fuck the mainstream media. We are the fucking media now. That's the fucking reality of it. I'm the fucking media. You're the fucking media. Fuck the Wall Street Journal. That's what fucking time it is, motherfucker. Decentralized. You guys love that shit? Decentralize these motherfucking nuts in your mouth. We're the goddamn media. Twitter's been the fucking game. And unfortunately, that's why they have to suspend Trump. Trump's going to cause a fucking riot through Twitter, right? Hillary Clinton. The State Department under Hillary Clinton, they funded the destabilization of Tunisia through fucking Twitter. They sowed distrust in the electoral process in Tunisia to begin toppling those dominoes that started the Arab Spring by basically mind-fucking the populace through a campaign in Twitter. Twitter is the fucking sentiment of the planet. And Elon didn't go after that for no fucking reason. It ain't Facebook. It's something else. the thing about Bloomberg Terminal is it only can get you the news so fast. If somebody's live and streams a fucking like mass shooting or a fucking terror attack on Twitter, nobody will beat that man or woman. So, it is an incredible tool. All right, I guess that's enough of my opening diatribe of bullshit. So, Cloak and Dagger things, right? Who can you trust? Don't trust a paid shield, motherfucker. If we don't get this right on the show, we're all going down together. So it's like, it's not the same thing. Just like fucking Director Vela said, can't trust anybody in these motherfucking streets. God damn it. You can't. So to put some things in perspective, given, the context that we've given you here today, I want to show you some things about that. All right. All of crypto Twitter, so this is something, you take a step back and really think about it. On the last show we showed you, right, the entire pump of BTC legitimately started under us. In 2015 when we did this, Gerber just tweeted this back out, right? This is the fucking giant AMA on Bitcoin to a Wall Street fund with multiple funds watching that set the floor of this motherfucker. When we did this in 2015, nobody dreamed of what it was. And I tweeted this out here in 2015 and told you what it was. Bringing awareness to both Main Street and Wall Street. Remember, crypto street's in a niche world back in this era. People don't really know what the fuck this is. We mass marketed Bitcoin to the planet here with the fucking biggest investor at the time, Roger Ver, and fucking a big legendary investor, Ross Gerber, who was actually the guy standing as a con side of the argument against Bitcoin being successful. Right? And we went after by everybody and their mother in Twitter. Ultimately, when we talked about the footprint of bias, right? And this white European bias that dominates markets. The white guy in a suit who has to tell you the fucking truth. Nobody can fucking listen to anybody but that guy. And that is, what they saw as like the antithesis in my brand is this brown character is telling you fucking markets XYZ, and he doesn't speak properly and he doesn't write properly, and that's just not a person, that's not a market person. When you look at the total fucking argument now across 7 years, and you realize that these guys went out of their way to wipe my brand out so they could hijack it, so they could become the YouTube station that told you market stuff and pretended they knew, so they could get to my slot. A lot of these guys were jealous I made it to CNBC, so they needed to get there. So they get there now with their fucking lies and shills and fucking tell you bullshit, just what you want to hear. And ultimately knocking me out of the way allowed the growth of this monstrosity of influencers with no voice of opposition, all of them paid, all of them funded by the thing they're supposed to protect you from, with nothing on the other side of the equation, which creates the dynamic that has happened many times before, right? These guys have done this before. This is why we are at the top of Litecoin winter, and all of them were doing this before. And these are where the giant followings you think make them smart people are. They just went after our account because we cornered the market with them multiple cycles. And these giant guys now, fucking like Luke Martin, who got on CNBC, he destroyed his entire base at 17, which you won't know it because they're fucking dead. So they sit out there now, and these paid shills sat there and literally amassed to fucking direct the greatest amount of damage ever in crypto into a $20+ billion fraud in FTX because this racist sacks of shit and the people who didn't mind them going after the one brown influencer ultimately came out to bite everyone in the ass that fucking sat there and let these pieces of shit drag my child and my mother through the fucking dumpster on fucking public fucking, Twitter. When you think racism's not your fucking problem, if you're missing like half of your life savings right now because of a bunch of fucking racist shitbags out here who just led you off a cliff, think again, bitch. Fucking told you. So if you don't take a stand against these guys, even if you fucking don't want to have the race conversation, it ain't an accident these motherfuckers said and did the things they did. It was what it was about. And ultimately, that vile shit almost destabilized the country under Trump and almost destabilized crypto right now fully. Right? The racism involved in giving Sam a free pass to do anything that Kanye can't speak, and the racism that allowed them to go after me and my kid publicly and fucking wipe out all the other influencers so that the only people you could listen to were fucking pieces of shit like this, that ultimately destroyed God knows how many people. People are committing suicide now off of it. Yeah, it's everybody's fucking problem. Elon. Free Nomics, motherfucker. Give me my account back. So, yeah, we out here, we solve the puzzle. We're actually probably the only motherfucker that likes to solve the puzzle. And while the whole world fucking burns, this is what y'all are doing in live fucking rooms right now. Fucking running game on the whole planet. I think that's fucking a hell of a proof of concept, right? You guys see some of the stuff going down in this room. Some amazing progress from everybody. If you guys pay attention to the show, we gave you guys some insane shit. Where'd it go? Don't worry, you gotta watch all this. Look at this one. Siemens 40x this portfolio since joining us in March this year. This is a bear market. Just had his first 6-figure month. And so if you guys think these are sock puppets, yeah, there's 1,000 people talking to my fake accountant voice. Trust me. Anyways, if you're stupid, fuck off. For everybody that's not fucking stupid, real shit. This is the apocalypse month right here. This started with 4 digits. He said in March, started with under 10 grand, and now able to pull off a 6-figure month in the same year that fucking the world is fucking vaporized, and nobody saw it coming. No fucking paid shill shitbags didn't see it coming. We saw it coming. So guess who's the other side of all those losses? This girl was a fucking school teacher at some point. I don't know what she does anymore, but fucking, that's pretty badass. Off of Steel, gave you guys a hell of a fucking play. If you guys saw it. I gave you guys a basket in OnlyFans. This is where OnlyFans moved to. Every single stock on this thing hit. 100%. Every single thing in this channel, since it's been open, every single play is hit. 100%. All 3 fucking goddamn black swans. Every piece of analysis. 100%. Often imitated, never duplicated, you bitch ass niggas. I fucking told you. Anyways. It's a holiday special. We got some fun. Awesome shit, Siemens. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe, do shit. Be about it. Haters gonna hate. They can suck a dick. Nobody cares. Cry to your fucking mother. I'm still here, bitches. I ain't going nowhere. And you're still on the wrong side of me, fuck nigga. I know you hate it, but it's gonna be like that from today till the end of time. Should I do a fucking macro section? It's like holidays. So today does have an FOMC announcement. So you gotta watch out for that. Fed shit's still happening. It's FOMC minutes. So it's the minutes from the meeting, and that can move markets. The market's thin. Definitely some skeleton crew vibes. Some people are missing in the channel, missing on the station. Travel is definitely serious today. So markets can move. I told you guys that, like, prep yesterday we talked about it. I didn't really think you'd see ETH give people who missed a summer low another shot, unless fucking the market's going to completely fully collapse. And we did see that. I wonder what that is. One sec. So we've kind of been stationary holding this out. We're in kind of a not the great spot. We did give you guys a heads up on coin. Coin is your big hedge, I think, for crypto as a whole. So if you guys pay attention to that, we gave you coin as a hedge idea right here, right before the opening here on Monday. So if you guys were on Tuesday, you went off a fucking bridge. Pretty fucking epic dump move, actually, from the show. We recommended that. Probably make a highlight for that guy. That was pretty sick. So you open up, here's the best shot you had at him. Man, that's a pain in my ass. I changed it. There's coin. So that motherfucker dropped 25% since we told you to use him as a hedge on fucking crypto. Pretty fucking sick. So now we pay attention to what we get going into the holidays here. Markets are thin. If you do get another leg down to a BTC, it's probably not the strength in the marketplace. LTC was, and unreal, right? Gave you guys a heads up on LTC being strong. At first, he looked like a bad sign, but he kept on being strong. And we saw LTC, BTC, what's wrong? Am I not on the right screen? Yeah, I'm on the right screen. Are you seeing the same shit I'm seeing, girl? Yeah, I'm on the right screen. You don't see it?
This is what I see. Oh.
How far back's your lag?
I don't know.
You're not in real time. Alright, one sec. It's LTC, BTC. What do I have in my? I have Polynex, right? There he is. Okay, cool. Alright, so like I was telling you, watch this motherfucker, right? 2B on that really historic low back in 17. Definitely pay attention to if he came off of there. He comes off of there, you could get this kind of thing. So there's that moonshot off the 2B. Major LTC strength. And LTC strength in BTC is kind of like when we use him as a hint of like the cycles. that like he represents second tier shit coins as far as back in the 17 cycle. Today, there's third and fourth tier shit coins now with some of the stuff on the decks, but he represents like a risk tier above Bitcoin. So if you're going to enter the system, you enter through Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is your portal of entry. So you take him and you speculate on anything else, and in the world of LTC and coins like that, dashes and all those, that's the garbage of the past, right? They have no real utility. So they're like, a degree of risk above Bitcoin. If they rally on Bitcoin, you're selling your BTC to take something more risky. He's a barometer of risk-seeking behavior in the market. That's why I told you guys that this is the more long-winded explanation. So as you came through this 2B, it was worth paying attention to this guy, and I saw some of you hit the LTC wave on that. And so this is worth paying attention going into Thanksgiving. Crypto loves a holiday, and this rally here, if this stalls out, you want to be aware of this. It's a pretty sharp move right now, so anyone who's missed it is probably looking for some FOMO. You can get a big pullback at this point. But as long as it stays a little bit better structured, some of the guys who are strong on BTC can keep on pushing. Like this one we told you about to watch too, right? BNB, another leg up on him. Hope you guys kill it off this sheet. Pretty perfect. Another one of your phenomenal analyses from Trading Lounge. So interesting stuff going into the holiday right now. A lot of people missed the fucking market move here in the Dow. We talked about this last show. Don't know what the fuck that is. I told you the Dow was outside the major angle, right? From the pullback from November, from when the Fed began their rate thing. And this was the flag we just gave you guys inside of your OnlyFans channel here. So you had a couple assets to play if he did push out, which he did, which you guys killed. Is this not a complete market environment, motherfuckers? Is there something I'm missing? Like seriously, what else do you want? All black swans, all the analysis you could need, 100% accurate baskets, and I hang out live calls and tell you levels that are accurate to the penny on top of it for you to fucking trade off of with us. Did I miss anything? And keep in mind, I'm like twice the age of most of you motherfuckers are always tired and shit. Be like, I can't fucking keep up. It's the only market environment. This is an actual market environment. So, if you don't get it, in the first fund I was in, there was this dude, and God rest his soul. I think he's still alive, but oh my God. This dude, Dave, he was on a speaker, and he was the lone futures trader over a fund. And his job was to kind of give you like guidance from the futures market on like, so you could make decisions when you're trading like fucking, NASDAQ and shit like that. And he'd tell you if the S&P is doing X, Y, Z or whatever. And he was terrible. He was literally the reverse sentiment indicator of the whole fund. And he's the only guy who didn't know it. So like, I always thought like the dynamic was an interesting dynamic, but like he got to the point, he used to use things like Jim Cramer. He's like horns and like, submerging, diving like sounds from submarines. It's like when the S&P, when he thought the futures are going to dip, he'd be like, oh, futures going down, burp, burp, burp. And we'd be like, oh my God, fucking close all your shorts. It'd be that kind of thing. I'm like, how does it, when I was new, I was like, how does he not know that, like, you guys think this? He's like, well, no one's going to tell him. He's like, it hurt his feelings. I was like, bro, he's terrible. I was like, why is he the only guy allowed to trade futures? He's awful. And it was the craziest shit. It was 61 traders in that fund, and I got there, and everybody was on that side of the joke. He's the only person who didn't know that. He was in a private office on a microphone. You could see him through the glass, and he was pretty sure he was king shit because he's like up there in the offices with like all the executive people, and he'd just be yelling over the mic. And when I tried to talk to him, he's like, I don't have time right now. He never had time to talk to me. So he was like, he was Mr. Important, but he was horrible. And last time I saw that guy, he looked pretty unemployed at a bus stop. But anyway, I wanted to make that dynamic work. So the live trading calls is basically that, right? We trade futures and we give you the most accurate futures you've ever seen, and kind of fix that hole in the fund back, when I'd seen that. So in a decentralized model, we actually gave an actual accurate futures technician and then an actual accurate CNBC. We used to have CNBC on the floor, and that was the same thing. CNBC could have like a guy come on, and back then there was no Dodd-Frank. So motherfucker that owned like fucking AMD could get on TV and be like, I love AMD, and pump AMD. And you would fucking, have to be fast. If you saw it, like you got a good feed in our cable. One thing people don't even know, your cable can have delays. So your mom and pops at home, their same CNBC can be 15 seconds slower than our CNBC. So when we see a guy say, I like AMD, we've got about 30 seconds to fucking hit him before fucking AMD goes flying from everyone else seeing the same feed. So that was the game for CNBC. CNBC, it was known it was a pump and dump station, so they used it like that. The futures guy was a known idiot, so they counter-traded him like that. And so in this dynamic, I was like, okay, let's fix CNBC, and let's fix the futures guy. And that's this. So for all of you that are in it, like, 20 years ago, I saw something that should have worked. So I fixed the parts of it, and now it does work. All right. Any fucking scorecards? What do we got? Ooh, that's a mouthful. Fucking smoked that doobie before I got in here, man. I got some mega cotton mouth. Fucking dying right now. Y'all can't see me. Man, fucking dying. All right. Let's see what you guys got for the fucking scorecards. Real market TV, right? Should be as casual as a conversation and spot on, at the same time. Doesn't have to be nothing. I'm gonna be in a fucking suit to tell you up is up and down is down. Fuck you and watch out for the train. I can do both those things. I don't know why people ever got it that a motherfucker on TV is like, well, so the PE ratio appears to be fucking slightly smaller than his dick. Like, bro, seriously? Nobody really talks like that, trades anything. The fuck are you talking about? PE ratio, you fucking cocksucker. Nobody speaks like that. Anyways, it's like me, that motherfucker is like, do you have any cocaine? Like, bitch, are you the feds? Like, nobody says that shit. You want some yayo? Talk to me. What the fuck are you saying right now? You know when a motherfucker don't fit in. I don't talk like that. The fuck are you talking about? Nobody talks about PE ratios hits the broadside of a fucking bus. All right, scorecards. It's true, you know it. Mental game. This is Amo Yasin. Okay, it's my first time writing a poster. Sweet. First time war story. All right, let's see what we got. Started trading a few months ago and joined the crypto game in 2017 pump. And first, I want to say thank you, Kaz, for the value and information you've given to all of us. Not only the information about charts analysis, but also information about human psychology, habits, and much more. You helped me a lot the short time I follow you. Very good. When I started trading in June, I got some lucky shots in the first 2 months, and I thought I got it. Of course not. When I first joined the eco, there was so much information that I first had to sit back and really think about it because it was so different from what you see on CT. Not just an outcome someone wants to sell you, but more the ability to create your own thought on the market and create a picture you are able to read and understand what the market is telling you. It's literally speaking to us. We just have to understand its language. I got a long losing streak and a long mental fight, changing my mental and understanding that I'll never know what will happen to 100%. When I analyze the charts and draw my level, etc., I was always in the situation where I was like paralyzed and didn't know what to do next because I got these different outcomes, but didn't know which one will happen. And there was the mistake. I always thought I have to always know what will happen to take action, but that's wrong because nobody will ever know this. That was a big problem, which was always paralyzing me. Maybe it came from too much analyzing and wrong mindset. So I took the last 2 weeks off and followed the stream, read the blog, and watched the beginner playlist. Please watch the beginner playlist if you're new. Tried to really change my mindset before blowing up my account. The last days I did some paper trades to slowly get some confidence and see the changes I've made so far, and it did actually work. I changed the time frame to 1 minute time frame before I was trading 15 minutes to 4 hours, but as the last stream said, it's quicker to learn on the lower time frames and actually help me. I see progress, made a few R's, just paper, but it shows that there is progress happening and did them while sitting in university and didn't pay much attention to the proof. Okay, well, don't fail school. And I recommended y'all to always work on yourself, on your mind, and get some good habits to continue when beginning trading and make a plan for learning. Thanks, Kaz, and everyone who shares his or her ideas and wins to motivate and inspires. Very good. This is Sadar. Good shit, man. I like to see. Let's see what you're doing. Let's see what it looks like for your first time drawing and stuff. So, is this that? Okay, this is something else. Okay, I think you showed this. Didn't know much R's because my trading feed is fucking around. Okay. That's a good bull flag rotation, and that looks pretty solid too. If you caught him at the tip like this, that's pretty epic. I'm gonna bet you took maybe a couple shots to pull that off. Bottom fishing the tips of bull flag can be pretty dangerous until you work out a good method for it. So I know it's always like trying to get the pennies tiniest possible thing to get risk on. definitely make sure like you keep track of your hit rate. If you're taking like 7 and 15 entries to pull that off, then the R's that you have here won't really be true. So, but yeah, it looks like you're in the right direction of what you're doing. So good stuff. Next, last one. All right, what is my timetable here? 9:07. Shit, how did I get here already? Top in blockchain. Hi all. Did I say top in blockchain? Unbelievable. To pimp a blockchain. Unbelievable. I already know that's your name. My bad. To pimp a blockchain here. I had a monster trading day too after a few days of poor execution. Last week I had a 34-hour day. Incredible, right? 34 times your risk. That's a great day. And then over the next few days, gave back about 6 Rs, back over a ton of entries. Risk management has been my strong suit, so the losses could have been worse considering I exited like 30, 40 trades to lose 6 Rs. Tons of break-evens, moving stops to entry. Spent the weekend journaling and reflecting on why I had such a high volume of trades, why most of them were losers, and what was different from when I had 34-hour day. The answer I got was I wasn't sticking to my plan. I was analyzing in the moment instead of simple managing risk and executing my edge. The market is an endless flow of opportunities, and when I didn't see my criteria for a trade on the chart, I began to look/convince myself they were there by hopping around time frames endlessly, etc. Endless flow of opportunities. So guess I'll find an opportunity. I thought, laughing my ass off. My best trades are: look at a chart. Criteria for a trade met. Put on the trade. No criteria, no trade. Risk is always predefined, and I keep my risk consistent over a series of 20 trade groups. No adjustments in risk until the next group of 20 trades. This week I sat down on Sunday and I made a decent plan set of variables that would constitute my going long or short. My edge is almost based on support is most based on support and resistance, order blocks, and high time frame liquidity imbalances. This lines up with me focusing solely on price and story of price action followed, and I had a monster day closing 30 Rs. I mostly traded BTC with some scalps of CRV. Bitcoin made 9 R on the short side, then another 7 R short, then 12 Rs on the long side, closed half, so bagged 6 Rs. I was using BUSD perps to long the USDT perps to short. Then went long on USDT perps too. CRV caught 6 Rs and 5 Rs on the long side. Also gave 2.9 to the market today on some missed timed entries. So total for this week so far on all positions closed 30 Rs. Kazi's entries were sniped on low time frames, but the planning around them was based on high time frames. This works for me, but what do you think about high time frame levels and low time frame entries? This seems yield the best RR for me personally, though it can get a little fatiguing sometimes in sense of catching local bottoms and tops. Appreciate your thoughts. Well, I mean, that's the reason we cover a macro on the show, right? Because no one here is really trading in like fucking the whole year resolution. We're trying to trade the building blocks of a resolution like that. So we only actually really do that is trade, resolutions within macros. So yeah, that's going to help you, obviously your dexterity in coming down to like lower level macros gives you a chance to take risk structures from smaller universes and possibly have a chance of scaling them back up into the ultimate macro you started in, which would be the best case scenario you could ever hope for. And that's obviously something that takes practice to do. But yeah, that's what everyone tries to do. That ultimately makes sense. So very good stuff. Always make sure too you don't post any trades that you're still in. Get out of them first before you go journaling them over here, right? That's a ultimate trading jinx to talk about a trade that you're in. So whether you believe in jinxes or not, just know the jinx is real, bitches. It's very good. We got our war stories. Thanks for some war stories, guys. Appreciate it. Oh, these fucking buttons never work. Whew. All right, where we at? 9:11. I gotta do a macro and let you guys out of here. So, like I said, I think today you get a good sentiment play out of what the market does to go into the weekend. I think you want to watch crypto on the weekend, and if you're available to, if you're in Europe, you're not celebrating Thanksgiving. It's going to take a lot of people that are already damaged out of opportunities position. So when people are away, opportunity usually lurks. So I think it's a good idea. Good scorecards. So macro things, I'm gonna get you guys out of here. All right. Where we at? Where we at? All right. So watching the Dow, definitely a guy you keep track of right now. Is industrials have just been far, far, far stronger than anything else in the marketplace, right? And the easy way to see this, right? We usually spy. Hey, how good is this projection now, huh? Oof. Yoink. Nailed it. Hit. Pretty cool, huh? I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Didn't even move. Worked out exactly like you should. So we got a low resolution uptrend right now, and we're looking for, like, you know, where we meet up with the long-term downtrend of the S&P. S&P is obviously lagging the Dow because he's got tech in him, and tech has been really weak. So the S&P is kind of like, you know, the median of everything in the market. So the tech side is keeping him back a little bit, while the industrial side, you know, XLI is fucking gangbusters. XLK is not. Right? And the easy way you guys can see something like this. Let me turn this off. Boink. Whew, that's a mess. Don't worry, make it better for you in just a minute. All right, so this is everything that makes up the S&P 500. All right, and we want to look at this right now. We can see what is actually causing this massive bounce. You know, and looking at like over the all year, right? You can see energy, the thing no one's looking at. You know, this massive amount of like energy, dirty energy, this energy sector rotations have been really crazy, and nobody gives a shit. You know, coming out of the depths of hell, though, what are we looking at? It's an industrial-led boom, right? Basic materials, financials, energy, industrials, and tech and discretionary just garbage. So it's a great way to see like a snapshot of what's going on in the S&P. This is what he's made of. We do macro to micro all the time in resolutions of time, but you can also do macro to micro as far as like, you know, overall indexes to composition and scale from that resolution down too. So, you know, it's a fractal concept. It works in many, many different forms. So when we look at the S&P, right, what is really leading the marketplace? And it just isn't tech. You know, tech is just down here, and they're all languishing, really underperformers. So knowing that, right, we keep track of some of these guys, you know, or Northrop Grummans and stuff like that, or fucking defense guys. You know, these guys are all ridiculous. This is not the chart for that. There it is. All right, and Mickey D's. These guys all look crazy, while things like Meta look like dust. You know, so we want to be aware of what side of the market is there bull in right now, and it's definitely, you know, not a total meltdown in the marketplace. The VIX again has kept this track of falling back down here. This channel, he's kept going. I think we drew him over here. All right, VIX is, like I said, follow this angle, and he's been following this down. He kept doing it. It allows the market to keep marking up, but the market didn't really mark up, you know, so much in so many tech spaces. They did really hard in a lot of industrial spots, and that's really the split we have in the market right now with what we talked about with this happening. You know, the diamond Qs. As long as this is actually trending out of the lows like that, it's more of an industrial type thing leading the marketplace, more financials and stuff like that too, right? Talked about Goldman could possibly make it back to this angle. He totally did. And you know, there's all kinds of shit. Pay attention to Iger's back in Disney. We want to watch this, but industrials really are where we should be looking right now. All the world burns in fucking tech and fucking PFP land. Nobody wants to say I'm making money on fucking, you know, Chevron. You know, everybody's got to stop and put Chevron in their fucking tank every day. You know, it's one of those things. So the market tilt is excessive, and it is de-risked in certain places, but there is a major rotation that's going on right now that no one's looking at. And if it's anything like what we said coming out of the 1970s into the 80s, the bulk of the market participants in the marketplace today haven't been alive and in the trading world to have ever seen this particular cycle, part of the cycle ever. There are very few traders old enough, you know, including myself. I'm not old enough to tell you what that environment's like. We may be going to an environment that literally, like, you know, 85% of the market's too young to even know it. And that's kind of crazy. So anyways, DXY, like we said, if he stayed weak, he would give you a chance for this play to keep on. That's not it. DXY, if he gets on falling down this channel, he would allow the Euro USD to keep on pushing upwards right now, which, you know, we had this wave we forecasted down here. And right now we're flagging, you know, against this angle, which is the high that led you into this low. And if he could rotate through this, he could very much keep on doing this wave. That would likely lend towards more risk-seeking behavior still. here and in crypto, as long as crypto doesn't get another fucking like explosion on the exchange, it allows some parts of crypto with that LTC repricing we're seeing to see seeking behavior creep across other parts of crypto also. USDT.D, so let's pull this up for the fuck of it, right? Keep track of this guy while he's up here. This little pump was that last major down push where BTC went to low 15s. If he stays up here, structures, and goes up again, you keep your eyes on this, right? We're still not anywhere remotely out of danger. You're still dealing with a lower resolution uptrend here that is pushing us out towards all-time highs on this index. As that index breaks high again, crypto's in deep shit. And crypto as a whole is definitely having a disproportionate amount of weakness compared to other risk assets. So tech and things associated with tech, blockchain, not looking the very best. I don't even pull these up anymore. Mara, all these guys. Remember we gave you this one? Gets under here, fucking death, right? And so coin, all these guys you keep your eyes on. MicroStrategy. We had that guy in here from back here. If you guys remember, he's one of your, oops. He's a sheep from OnlyFans also, from way back here, right? And Sailor is sitting in the same place. Him and Coin, you look at them in tandem. They break the floor. They're definitely a fucking bad omen for fucking, what will happen next. And these guys look exactly like the structure of FTT before he cracked the floor and fucking ate it. So these guys are you have alerts if they go through the floor. So currencies occur a little bit. DXY, VIX. I think that's about it, right? I pulled up BTC recently. We'll pull up ETH. So yeah, right now, still in a trigger spot. That USDT.D says be cautious. If we flag down again from here, we don't get more of a bounce, with the risk on shit we see on the marketplace. This is in a place to get wrecked. Remember, this was a range that we wanted ETH out of. So as long as he's under here, this is only dangerous. And, it's very sus that he looks nothing like, say, LTC in the same moment that he looks like that. So we just showed you guys this also. Pay attention to this rotation. And it happened right now. So if you guys are watching this, this is definitely like a heads up. It's a long-term major angle for this cycle's LTC wave that's getting broke right now. So we want to see this. Can this sustain? This is probably the easier chart to look at. So we will track this low resolution uptrend for now. And that doesn't kind of look like the trajectory I'd want to see him come out of here with. I'd probably like to see him come out of here with something like that for a wave like this. But for now, this is what we got. All right, that's your macro. It's 9:19. It leaves you 1 minute, bitches, for fucking charts. Sorry. We got all that? Good to go. Everybody's up to date. Holiday ready. I really don't drink water like that. Man, I must be dehydrated. That's pretty crazy. Clemo, I'd play it in trend if it goes higher. Trend's your friend. You've been in my room before, Clem. You know how to play waves. What do you want to do? Give a concept call on stream? Recontextualize the wave when he gives you a pullback and play into it. Same thing we always do, Pinky. You guys know Pinky in the Brain, right? Don't make it like I'm so old you guys don't know that cartoon. It's a great cartoon. All right, so you gave me what? GC1 Max Archer Daniels. Okay. GC1 exclamation. We have that guy GLD. One of these charts that's on here. GLD. GC1. Okay. Last time we ever did GC1. Gosh, we don't pull this up much. We did GLD, I think. So in GLD, have this as a 2B and a possible rotation here if he broke this angle. We didn't readjust the angle recently, but the angle would go down here. And so above this floor, it's a 2B with a possible rotation back. Didn't think gold looked good until he could get back up to his all-time high and do something better than this. Two versions of this equals just a box range of shit. GC1 is the gold future itself. Right, we'd actually drawn this up probably a little bit more before he actually did the second corrective structure, and we gave you this as a rotation down. So it always conflicts. If you stay underneath this as a trigger level, and he backs down here and goes back through the base, this pattern would be true. At this moment, gold doesn't look great. He's definitely not like reflecting what most think he's supposed to be showing with the high inflation that we see. He's not reflecting in dollars what people are expecting to see. That's for sure. So I think right now, both of these are telling you something. There's a level up here that can send this guy back down. This is a rotation. He needs a structure to swing through that last level I showed you. I think he's better to play leaving if he's going to get stronger. He's safer to figure out in that range besides anywhere else. Max R. Space Cash is definitely picking up some steam. Aerospace and Defense has been picking up some steam. So with this guy, we take this off and we draw the downtrend to connect it properly from the highest high to the lowest high that leads to the lowest low without passing through prices. And so that is the actual proper trend structure of him now. So we'll use that. And so it's just a bigger bull flag, but it's the same thing. And I think you do look at him like this. He went through. It's a 2B rotation, just like we said, like we passed through a significant floor. So I think you're paying attention for him to come out the other side and possibly, continue rotation out to higher highs. And somebody asked for Archer Daniels Midland. Jesus fucking Christ. Archer Daniels Midland. Fertilizer, anything food, fucking literally insane. I think, you want to pay attention to anything in the space. Bungie, Deers, right? These guys are all stupid fucking crazy right now. ADM, anything to do with like food, agriculture and stuff like that is worth paying attention to. That guy, I don't think you need much TA on that, right? Like, what do you want to say? Breaks high. It's like, it's kind of there now, So, above that, and, he's rotating a flag right underneath it. It's pretty much need a structure on top of that thing and play it, like, out the building. Alright. That's all you got. Alright, and he's clearly like a giant-ass bull flag, like so. Boink. Alright. I might be out of time. 9:24. Irresponsible to keep going. But I can't help myself. CSX. Alright, real fast. CS, FCX, DO. Really fast. CS. It's a fucking holiday. Alright, Credit Suites. That looks like dog shit. That's over. FCX. What? No camera? I got camera. Camera's on. FCX. Basic materials are ripping right now. So things like X, really strong. Nucor, really strong. Copper plays, COPX, the entire copper index rotating right now. I'm flagging. XLB is also strong. So I think FCX is in that basket too. He was in the sheet I put down in OnlyFans. So if the Dow keeps on pushing out right now, you're watching this guy in series as basics are carrying it up behind it, and you have like this lower resolution floor right now. So that's your trend wave right now, and fucking very possible. I think you're paying attention to see if he takes out this high right here. This is your target right now. If he can rotate this. So if we keep extending out, that's quite possible he gets all the way there. FCX, DO, I know what DO was. What was DO? Diageo something, don't know what the hell that is. Consumer non-durable alcoholic beverages. Depending on what side of the market is, alcohol generally does good in fucking recessions. People drink their sorrows away, and that looks pretty good right there. And this is your previous high. It's used as a base level to sustain, to rotate that. So you hit the previous system, sustains that, exits the fucking bull flag, restructures, and does something like this, and you might have like, a play that you can do here. All right, bitches, I can't do anymore. That's all I got time for. I got everything in there. Bus dot what? BUS. I don't even know what that is. I know what that one is. That one's not coming up. BUSD, USDT. This? Did you ask me to TA a fucking stable coin? Bitch. Alright. That'll be the analysis for that one. So, alright, y'all. Stay safe. Happy fucking Thanksgiving, motherfuckers there in the United States. Sorry for the genocide for all the Native Americans that had to fucking celebrate that day. And for the rest of y'all motherfuckers, stay safe. I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.